How's the future?
It's just as bad as you'd hoped it would be, to be perfectly honest.
Son of a bitch. I was hoping for good news.
Well, we're in Australia, so it's not really bad news. It's just Australian news.
Wow, and,
Yeah.
and Australians don't really know what's going on.
No, that's
No.
right. Teresa, this is Kieran.
Hello,
I'm sure you've
Teresa.
heard him in many
Hello.
times on the show.
I won't do this on the show, but I really just want to say it. Okay, then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for having me today. Don't you know?
Yes.
If you do that on the show, I swear to God, Teresa's never coming back.
Oh, I might. I could.
Actually, that might just be more incentive to come back.
It's true. It's true. I hope you can do your doing a great Australian accent. That's the trade-off you get to do. Ooh, just trying to get some
I think the best I can do is
What's
good
the light
day.
Sorry, what?
Good day. We're already recording. You're recording as well?
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm
just going to go
recording.
straight into it.
All right.
You won't be able to hear the theme tune, so just pretend it's in your head.
All right. And normally I do a woo.
Hello and welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. God damn it, Kieran. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the man that really needs a coffee on a Saturday morning. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
Saturday afternoon,
Saturday
afternoon, and we're in the future.
We are in the future, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, according to our guest, and with us today, very special guest from the Bad Poets Society podcast. It's Teresa. So glad to have you on. How are you doing?
I am doing excellent. Thank you guys for having me. I'm so excited. And yes, apparently things are still shitty in the future, so I'm sad now.
Yeah.
Nothing to look forward to.
We're just a barometer. What we do in Australia is we wake up in the future and then we just look at the American news and hope for the best. Sort of a backwards
No
forwards
nukes
type of
deployed
thing.
yet.
That's right. Well, we would know because China would then be fleeing to our country to take up all of our lovely infrastructure that we have here and take over all of our universities. Isn't that right, Kieran?
Hang on, they already are taking over our universities, and they are already taking over our land.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so, we've got ranches up here,
Yeah.
which, I don't know, are so bloody big.
Yeah, they're like hundreds of square kilometers.
Hundreds and hundreds of square kilometers. Oh, they're all owned by the Chinese.
Really?
Yeah.
They own cotton farms.
Oh,
here
so
too.
they're buying up your guys' farmland too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look, our
Yeah, they're doing the
farmland-
same shit here in the States.
Oh, yeah, the farmland here is pretty cheap, though, comparatively to, I guess, everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
And stuff's still nice here. You can
I used to think, because when Telstra, I don't know, whatever your what you call it in America.
telecommunications company.
Yeah. Whatever, Verizon or something like that.
Yeah.
They used to advertise that, like, Telstra used to cover 97% of the Australian population.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, that's really impressive. I was thinking 90% of Australia, the continent,
Yeah.
not where people live, which is 1% of the
Yeah,
land
yeah,
mass.
they don't actually cover...
Yeah.
See, unlike America, Australia in the middle is just this big desert, and no one lives there.
Yeah.
Like 2 people live in Alice Springs, if that.
Yeah.
You know, and the rest.
Well,
are
see, fun fact, like your continent is much like North Dakota,
Yes.
to where there's 3 points where people live, and the rest of it, there's nobody but like buffalo.
Yeah.
Or actually, I'm sorry, bison. That's the correct term
Bison,
for it here.
yes.
Okay, I have to ask, you live in Fargo land.
Yes, I live
Is it
I
like-
live in Fargo, North Dakota.
Is it like Fargo?
No.
Oh!
Yeah, Francis McDormand and what's his name, Steve Buscemi are just roaming the streets. That's what happens over there.
Yeah, but you all say,
Well, you know,
okay then.
oh yeah, we're eating lutefisk, and we're gonna go camping, and maybe we're gonna do some snow fishing. So yeah, you guys are more than welcome to come up to North Dakota sometime.
You know, when because I came on your show, Teresa, I came on Bad Poets Society, and we talked about some of the quality Australian tunes that we have here.
They come from Jessica Malboy.
Yeah, they come from Jessica Malboy, right? And I was talking to my wife after the show, and she didn't realize how close North Dakota was to Canada. Mind you, she's terrible at geography. But she couldn't... She's like, oh, that's why they speak it like... It sounds like a little bit Canadian, but it's American and it's snowy. I'm like... You've really got to look at a globe every so often. Look at a map every so often.
I was just thinking we should do the America tour of the We Only Do One Take
Yeah.
podcast.
And just go to every
and visit all our podcast friends. Yeah.
Just keep adding them to the list.
Because
Just don't come here in, like, right now is the safe time, like, from now until, like, June. That's the safe time to come to North Dakota. Otherwise, don't bother. It's either going to be 10,000 fucking degrees or else it's going to be 10,000 fucking degrees below zero. So there's your warning.
We can handle the hot weather. That doesn't bother us as Australians. We are the number one country in the world that survives climate change better than anybody else.
That's right. Our plants even survive climate change.
Well, I think my favorite is that California decided to buy a whole bunch of our gum trees, and they take about 100 years to grow. And we're so used to doing what's it called, like fires and getting rid of bushfires with those sort of trees. What the Californians didn't realize that after 100 years, not only do they just light up on fire, they basically blow up because they're so full of
eucalyptus oil,
which is super, super like flammable oil. And that's why they had to call
So you have
Australians.
napalm trees.
Pretty much. And the great thing is our
tea trees are
also
also
really bad.
really, really bad.
That's really bad. And the great thing
We're really
is,
selling Australia at the moment.
oh look, and we've got a cuddly little koala who
Yeah.
decides out of all the trees it can eats the eucalyptus leaves, which basically paralyzes them or makes them so dreary, so drowsy that they can't move very fast. And for their children to accept eating eucalyptus leaves, as a baby they have to eat the mother's poo. That's all true.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Koalas just get worse and worse. They're terrible little animals.
And they kill about 200 to 300 travelers a year as well.
Well, don't they spread herpes too or something, or chlamydia?
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, they probably all got chlamydia. It's like our wombats. The wombats
have two.
Wombats all have got.
The university that I went to, there was always a rumor going around that the ducks had either chlamydia or herpes. I can't remember what, but that's true. That was the thing that went around my university. And we had a lot of ducks at my university.
So instead of the clap, it'd be the quack. Ba-dum-bum. Hey-o!
You know what? I can't. That
was great. That was good.
I
That was
can do
good.
there. Yeah. Teresa, we got you in here for a couple of reasons, but one of the reasons is because we've been talking back and forth, and you're very angry about things, just as angry, if not more angry than what we are. So please, what have you got for us this week? What do you want to rant about?
Okay, well, I'd mentioned something on Twitter before, but I am seeing this happen more and more often, and it royally fucking pisses me off that, okay, it's springtime in North Dakota. We got a lot of snow this year, and it's starting to warm up rather quickly. So that means we have snow puddles everywhere. Well, you have these people that you'll see somebody walking along the sidewalk, minding their own business, and someone comes up and spadooshes them with their car. Like, not because they couldn't avoid it, but they deliberately turn into it, and you get spadooshed by some prick. It's actually a douche spadoosh. That's what it is.
I get that now.
Sorry, I'm just loving it. I've never heard spadoosh before.
Yeah, I know. Is that a North Dakotianism that we're just learning now?
That's just what I call it, because like that's literally I've gotten spadooshed before, and it is not pleasant, and that's like the sound it makes. It's like spadoosh.
Yeah.
And it's like, your day is just ruined because you are getting road salt. You are getting an entire 6 months worth of garbage juice thrown at you. And these people are just laughing their asses off. So don't be a douche and spadoosh. That is my
It
biggest
rhymes. That means
thing.
it must be true.
Or you're going to have to start wearing
Exactly.
garbage bags.
Did you see the sport? Did you see the? I'm going to talk about this like this is something I'm going to rant about.
Yeah.
But did you watch the soccer on Thursday night? here
No.
in Australia? Australia was playing Japan, and everyone in the stands, because it was pissing down raining in Sydney, was wearing those garbage bags.
Yeah.
Does that happen in North Dakota? Do like if they go watch some sort of sport like the NFL over there, and it's raining, do the fans wear like
Garbage
garbage bags?
You can tell the difference between the fair weather fans and like the hardcore fans, that the
Right.
ones that are just there to see a game, they're the ones wearing like the garbage bag poncho things. But like the diehard fans, like they're the ones that you see the guys with the beer bellies and, you know, the bitch tits painted all up. And they're the ones that are braving the elements. And it doesn't even matter if it's like 100 degrees or 20 below, that they're the ones that are exposing it all, and they don't care because most of them are hammered off their ass anyways.
It's true. That blanket of warmth that beer gives you is just, or whiskey gives you, you know, that.
This is why you have to...
See, there's two ends of the spectrum there. There's really diehard fat fans of football teams across all nations of the world, and 18-year-old sluts. Both of them, no matter what they wear and no matter what the weather, never get cold.
Well, and what's funny too is like around here, like the music, country music is huge because why
Kieran, you
not?
should move
When you
over
think of
there.
the Midwest, you think of country.
What
And
about
so you
Western?
have-
Is Western music also acceptable?
No, that kind of phased itself
Oh,
out.
okay.
It's just country.
Wait a sec. Okay, before we get into country music, what is the difference between country and Western music according to a North Dakotan? Because as a musician,
I don't know.
As a musician, I have no idea. I just think, yeah, it's pretty cool. I can dick around with a couple of chords.
I think country cries about their heart being broken, and country western is they're crying because their axle broke on their truck.
Right.
That's my best guess.
So you're more of a Western man, as I'm learning, Kieran, because you like trucking on 86.
Trucking on 80. That's Slim
Trucking on 80,
Dusty's
my apologies.
80 songs of trucking.
Slim Dusty. So you were saying country and Western country music over there is really big in North Dakota.
Yeah, like it's a Midwestern thing. I mean, there's huge festivals well, now they're coming back, but there's this huge event called We Fest, and it's all the big country acts, and you see one of two fans there, that it's either the beer belly, you know, mom and dad, and they're just going yeehaw, or you have the chicks wearing the cowboy boots, the Daisy Duke shorts, you know, that little cute little tied up flannel shirt and the cowboy hat, and they're just basically there to get laid and get drunk. So those are your two variations of
Exactly
country
what I
fans
said.
around here.
Sluts.
But you just got, I love it. There's the country sluts, there's
Yeah.
the New York City sluts,
There's the Melbourne sluts.
there's the Melbourne sluts.
So that's the thing with Melbourne sluts. At about 11 to 12 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock,
Yeah.
that's when the shoes come off and they're walking barefoot in the city, walking to like a, you know,
McDonald's.
kebab shop or a McDonald's. A McDonald's at a Macca's at like 1 o'clock in the morning to get themselves 20 chicken nuggets.
You can get 40 now.
I saw that. That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Can you get 40 chicken nuggets at your McDonald's?
I think you can. I think they do sell 20 pieces, so like if you get two, you could get.
Australia's decided, you know what we need? Because our nation isn't fat enough as it is. I think we actually, population-wise, like per capita, we're actually fatter than Americans. I think it works out something like that.
Yeah.
No way.
Dead set.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Alabama. Come on, you guys can't beat Alabama.
I don't know. Just numbers. That's how numbers work, I guess.
I don't know. You're the number guy.
I didn't bring in. I just made up. I possibly made up that stat.
I was like, you know how numbers work.
Well, yeah.
I'm just a
I
guy.
said per capita.
What the fuck does per capita mean anyway?
It means per 100,000 people.
Okay. Yeah, but I've been to America.
What is the succinct answer?
I've been to America. I've seen their fat people. They are huge.
So you're saying
We don't have anyone
we
like
might have more people that are obese, but they've got just bigger people
they're
that
just
are
like
obese.
they're just like obese squared.
right. So
Yeah.
they're big people. Like numbers wise, per capita we might have more, but
Yeah.
they just have bigger people
Yeah.
in general. Like only 2 of them can fit in an
I'm
elevator.
pretty sure all our fat people can still fit in an economy airline seat.
Right. Whereas 2 people can't.
Yeah, you guys don't have Australia's 1,000-pound sisters as a TV show, so that's an American
No,
thing.
you can buy people for 1,000 pounds.
It's a steal.
What's that? 450 kilos? 1,000 pounds?
Yeah.
Or it's no, I can't do the math in my head.
I mean, I could look it up, but then that just ruins shit talk,
I
which
think
is
it
the whole
does-
point of the podcast.
It's about half. It's about 500 kilos, which is half a ton.
Even if we give them the benefit of the doubt, 250 kilos.
That's a ton of sisters.
Yeah, wow.
That's gonna be my new unit
Yeah.
of measurement of measuring people.
The car you drive, ton of sisters.
Ton of sisters.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually a ton of sisters lighter than than the previous model. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to get spadooshed by wet water.
Why
here.
are you walking?
Well, I drive.
Uh-huh.
So you're
A fun-
spadooshing.
No, I've never deliberately spadooshed. I've spadooshed on accident because I was blocked in and I couldn't get out of the way. So there have been unintentional spadooshes, but like people, if they're walking around, it's just because it's starting to get nice out and they've been
Yeah.
cooped up or else. Fun fact about North Dakota, we also have the highest rate or we have. Oh shit, no, we got beat out by Wisconsin, so we're number 2 now. But we have the highest rate of binge drinking in the entire United States.
That's
so
us.
go.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, we when it rains here, our spadoosh probably only lasts 30 minutes after it rains. Maybe
see,
an hour,
we
which
don't
means none of us are out there walking.
No, see, that's the thing.
We've got good drainage.
Well, okay.
Our drainage works.
The problem is with Australia is either it rains for like an hour at the most and everyone goes, nah, not leaving the house. Or it rains so much that it floods everywhere. We don't really have like it rained for like 3 days straight, like consistent
Yeah.
raining. It's just like 20 to an hour of rain. Or rain so heavy, like in Sydney and Queensland now, flood it.
Yeah.
That's it. We have very much only extremes.
So I was going to say we don't really get spadooshed, and even if there was the spadoosh element, we're not really we haven't even left the house yet because we're like,
Yeah.
well, it's been raining and I've called it a day now. Like I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
How many spadooshed have you spadooshed?
That I've been the receiver of, or that I've doled out.
Instigator of.
I'm sure I've probably done it at least a handful of times.
Did you chuckle?
But no, I felt bad because I know how much it sucks.
But what if it's your enemy? Like, what if you know that it's your enemy? You know, and it's Wisconsin. You know, and
well, then if in that situation, oh yeah, I'd be laughing my ass off.
uh-huh.
What's
I don't know. What if you?
is that a rival state like North Dakota and Wisconsin? Like Melbourne and Sydney, they're at each other. Is that like the same?
No,
Or South Dakota, I guess.
Well,
would be.
Well, there's north and there's south. What is the difference between north and south?
North Dakota has the Teddy Roosevelt National Park, and South Dakota has Mount Rushmore. So
Oh, is that it? Because if we said what's the difference between Melbourne and Sydney, I would just say everyone in Sydney is a cunt.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty amazing, though. That Mount Rushmore is amazing. Can you believe that naturally formed 4 presidents in the stone?
that is amazing.
Amazing.
I did not know that. That is amazing.
That's a natural.
And I also know from
formation.
Team America, it's also a secret base.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Oh.
It is like, yeah, it's probably the greatest wonder of the world. Like, how did it know?
I did
Like,
that always rock.
it's a mystery.
Those rocks, very comparable. Oh, sorry, all the
But we are honestly, like, we're nowhere close to Wisconsin because, like, I'll try and show you with my hands. Like, you have North Dakota here, South Dakota is below us, and then over here is Minnesota, and then over here is Wisconsin. And so, yeah, they're like a state and a half away from us.
It's Minnesota.
Yeah.
Is it? Are you a Trump? Are you Trump land? Is North Dakota a Trump world?
We're a very Republican state because of the fact of we're predominantly farm. Like that's our biggest thing is we have wheat, soybeans, and some dairy, but yeah, because of all the farming and stuff, it's more conservative and more Republican because obviously it benefits them way more. But we're starting to turn purple, and it's kind of really obnoxious because North Dakota.
We are about to go into an election here.
Yeah.
And no one gives a fuck. Like, we're 2 months away from an election, and there is nowhere near the intensity of what America has.
I think I think I said this in another episode. The difference in America and Australia is you guys actually vote in a person. Like you had like Hillary or Trump or Obama or I guess Biden's a person, but is a figment of of a green screen. But Australia, we vote in a party. Like we don't get to choose the leader. We select a party, and then they choose the leader within the ranks of the party.
Oh.
So they could just swap. Like, it's like a CEO. They can just go, we're sick of this dickhead and backstab him and put someone else in. So we just don't really care. It's like, well, what's the difference? Like we don't really get to choose anything anyway.
We vote like as far as because right now it's the midterm elections that are they've either come and went or else they're coming up. I stopped caring a long time ago. But at the local level, you vote in like the local judges, you vote in the city treasurer, like you vote for every single vote, quote unquote, for every single person. And then that's when you can vote for the mayor, the governor, the senators. Like we vote for everything. And does it really matter? Probably not, but
bribery.
Yeah. We just vote. We've got like 8 boxes, and it says Labour, Liberal, Greens, Australia Party, the fishing and camping one, whatever that's called.
Did I tell you what?
And then you just put a number in the box. And you always put Greens at the last.
Yeah. Did I tell you that I'm going to run for the local council next election? Did I tell you? No, this is true. This is true.
So true.
I've got my slogan. Number 1, these are my 3 policies. I'm going to fix the bins. Number 2, I'm going to fix the traffic lights so that you when you're driving, it's not green and then red and then, continuous flow.
Yeah.
Like they have over here in the eastern suburbs. Not us poor western
northern
suburbs. And number 3, we're going to stop funding Williamstown Beach and send the money back to Altona and back to Laverton. They're my 3 policies.
Man, I just got chills.
Would you take it any question? No! You have your answers. Write a new story. Get out of here.
And I thought I could get voted in with those 3 policies.
I think you could.
Yeah.
I think you could. Well, look, I've got a rant. Speaking of national pride.
Excellent.
National pride.
Who got drunk?
Well, everyone in the soccer stadium in Sydney Stadium. Thursday night, Australia played Japan.
Yeah.
World Cup qualifier. Australia needed to win.
Did we win?
Against Japan. Now, Japan are like our Asian rivals. Because we're part of... Very interesting. We're part of... we do Eurovision as Australia, but we also are part of the Asian Cup when it comes to soccer. So I don't know how that really works. But we could just be... We're just like a floating country. We'll take whoever bribes us the most.
Yeah.
But we're part of the Asian Cup. Like, great. That means we've got more opportunities and we're playing a higher quality soccer than Oceania, which is basically Fiji, who has 10 people on their island and they all play every single sport. New Zealand, which isn't a real country. It's like Australia crap.
Yeah.
And then we've got us. But now we're in Asia. Japan's our big rival. Always back and forth with them. And playing at Sydney Stadium. Now, Australia had not lost a game in Sydney Stadium. Amazing.
That's amazing.
Great. And with a qualifier, this is our team, this is our time. We end up losing 2-0.
Ah, well,
In the
shit.
89th and 91st minute.
Yeah.
Japan scored 2 goals with the substitute. Fantastic. Great game for Japan. And I guess that's what I want to really complain about. Australia is really fucking good at sports. Across the board. If you do per capita, which is, I'm gonna use it
per
again.
100,000, yeah.
You know, we've won like more gold medals than like every single country. Like we're up there competing against America.
I know, we spend all of our government money goes to the Australian Institute of Sport and not on defence.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We don't need a defence. We've got all these athletes around who can defend us all.
And we have an emu army, so we're fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're undefeated emu army.
I'm not sure if you know this. We had a war against the emus in Australia, and the emus won.
Is there like an anniversary of that coming up or something? Because I have heard that pop up quite a few times.
Feels like it. It feels like it had to be at least 80 or 90 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was between World War 1 and 2. So we lost. We lost Gallipoli, the Emu War, and then what did we do in World War 2? The Kokoda Trail.
Right,
we lost that too.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what a losing streak.
But you still have sports.
We still have sports.
Or you
And
did.
I'm like, great. You know what? The Summer Olympics came along. We keep up with the black runners. We keep up with the American basketballers. Like we're always in like the top 5, top 6. We're always in like the gold medal contention sort of thing. You know, winning lots of medals and things. And then the Winter Olympics come, and now Australia has literally, if you took a percentage of how much snow we have -2% snow. As a country, right? We have to make snow and do fake snow, like, you know, that training stuff just so we can compete. In fact, when I was watching even the bobsled and the ice skating, they had to, all of these athletes only train overseas, which just proves to me that we don't have any facilities whatsoever.
Oh, we don't. And when I go up to the snow, I'm like, oh wow, look at the snow
this,
here.
it's amazing.
And then
And
someone, one of those, you know, international ski instructors are like, it's ice.
It's ice, yeah.
Yeah, it's not
crap.
snow.
Anyway, even in the Winter Olympics do we win gold medals.
Do we?
Yeah.
I did not pay attention to any of the Winter
You know
Olympics.
what? The fact that we win medals is like Jamaica winning, like going into the bobsled and trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is we win.
Well, that was a true story.
That's a true story. You know?
I think maybe,
John
I
Candy
don't know.
got them all the way.
Well done, John Candy. May he rest his soul.
But soccer, the international sport, the sport, the Super Bowl's great, World Cup's better. We've got the Euros, we've got the Copa America Cup, all these great sporting things. Millions, billions of dollars. I think it's second in money across the world to NBA, only because NBA is gigantic, right? But the World Cup, biggest sporting event, all that sort of bigger than the Olympic Games. And yet, we just suck at soccer so much. How the fuck can a country who spends millions and millions and millions of dollars in training up
we
athletes...
spend millions and millions and millions of dollars in areas that we know we can win.
No, we don't, because we win gold medals at bobsled.
No, Australia is really the Stephen Bradbury of sports. We are the country
You'll have
of
to explain to Teresa who Stephen Bradbury is.
Stephen Bradbury was
Winter Olympics.
Australian gold medalist in the speed ice skating.
Yeah.
Was basically losing the entire 8 laps.
Yeah.
When it came to like the last corner, the top 3 or 4 collided with each other and like fell over and knocked everyone. And he, because he was a distance behind them, just sort of weaved past them and won gold.
Oh, is there a movie about this?
No,
but there's
There
YouTube
needs to be a
clips
movie
you can
about
watch. There's YouTube
And now
clips
he's
you
got
can
the
watch.
best job ever. He commentates the Winter Olympics with his expertise.
Yeah. So and then everything here in Australia is like we've got a Stephen Bradbury Prime Minister.
Yeah. He just sort of happened to
Sort of happened to be in the right place at the right time while the whole party was falling apart, and then he took over. Yeah.
Look, the fact that Australia is so bad at soccer, we should be winning. Like, sometimes we play countries like Saudi Arabia
Mm.
or Qatar
Yeah.
or...
Well, we should be back in the Oceanic League where we can dominate.
But we didn't even dominate the Oceanic League. That's the problem. We thought we'll go into a harder league. That way, you go to a harder league and you push yourself.
Yeah, and then we go back down to the Oceanic League and we kick ass.
It's really weird. Like, it's a weird sort of thing. But it's better than in the Asian League. But then we don't win, and we never get better. And then the worst...
I gotta admit, I didn't even know we were playing on Thursday night.
It was on TV.
That shows you how much, like...
Yeah, no one cares.
no one cares.
No one cares except for me. We should be dominating. Like, we shouldn't be able to.
I don't even think it made the newspapers the next day.
Probably not.
Yeah.
The fact is, we play against these teams. Like, again, we play against Qatar, Saudi Arabia, where it's 400 degrees there all the time. And yet we go, oh, how did we go? Oh, good game, Saudi Arabia.
We turned up.
Yeah, we turned up. Oh, it was. We won 1-0 against Saudi Arabia. It's like, you should be beating Saudi Arabia 20-0, not 1-0. You know, everyone in Australia.
See, Turch, this is why you'll never be a CEO. Because when we've got that 1-0, we don't have to work as hard now.
No.
We need to rest.
No, you need to score more goals.
Preserve energy for our next game.
And here's the problem. If we go back to the Oceanic League, we play against teams like Tonga.
Yeah.
And Australia, did you know, has the world record for the most amount of goals scored against another team in a World Cup qualifier. It's against Tonga, and the number is 32.
Wow.
Right?
So I gotta ask, like, so is Australian rules football, is that the same thing as, like, what we call soccer?
No.
Like,
No,
like,
no.
what you guys are talking about is so over my
No,
head.
we're
Like,
talking
I
about
don't
World
understand
Cup
soccer.
International soccer. Australian rules football is played on... This is the only way I'm going to describe it. Played on a cricket ground.
Yeah.
Which is oval in shape. And you can touch the ball with your hands and kick it. And you have to bounce the ball when you're running with it. And there's two types of goals. There's a goal, there's 4 posts, the 2 goals in the middle, 2 goal posts in the middle.
Basically, we went, well, there's a goal, but we'll be nice and go, if you sort of fuck up, we'll have
give you a
we'll
point.
have some goals on each
So,
side.
a gimme goal.
Yeah, and so there's like 4 goal posts, right? 2 really tall ones and 2 on the outsides of them that are shorter. If you get it in between the 2 tall ones, you get 6 points. But if you go off to the side and miss, you get 1. The more I describe
Totally
this sport,
makes sense.
I know, rugby is like, at least it's
It's just the 1.
it's just the one. Soccer, just the
Just
one.
the 1,
Yeah.
yeah. And then you got 18 people on the field, something like
Something like
that.
that,
Yeah, and they all and so you can tackle, you can kick the ball. It's such a weird sport. Like, soccer's very easy. Don't touch the ball with your hands, kick it into the goal. Very easy. So football's like
Australian football.
Australian football's like when you run with the ball, you got to bounce it at least once every.
No,
20.
once you've taken like your 9th step, you need to bounce it.
Yeah, something like that. You can tackle people and you can handball it. So a handball in soccer, in football, AFL, is you hold the ball and you sort of, I guess, punch it like that to pass off to your friends. But you can also kick it, and if you kick it and it's more than 20 or 15 meters and your teammate catches it, then you get like a free kick.
Yeah.
This is like trying to describe NFL. Alright, and the team swap halfway through. What do you mean the team swap? See, stop doing this stupid AFL shit, a sport that doesn't make sense and no one understands, to just soccer.
Yeah, but it's ours. It's our sport. It's our Australianisms.
This is like NFL or the American Baseball League, which is called the World Series, and only American teams have won because there's only American teams in there.
No, but with the World Series, that there's the Toronto Blue Jays, and that they do compete every once in a while in the playoffs. So we are
Very
inclusive.
inclusive. One team from another. How many countries? 250 countries? 260 countries? So occasionally a second country can join their world league.
But we recruit, like, I think half of the Dominican Republic and Cuba and Japan and China, they come over and they play for the
That's
MLB.
true.
So
There's no.
yeah.
I wonder what the sport is going to be when we conquer Mars. You know, what's the first sport going to be?
Well, they have different gravity than us.
Yeah.
That would be the first challenge. Face it, it'll just be running.
It'll be some form of soccer adapted.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, yeah.
It'll be that ancient Aztec one where they used to kick the really heavy ball through the hoop, you know, and then whoever dies just gets sacrificed.
Oh, fair enough.
You got to do something with your time up there. Kieran, you got a rant for us? The Australian soccer team sucks. Get better. Fucking hell.
I've got a reverse rant.
Okay. No, I don't know what. Do we get angry now and get less angry as you talk about it?
It's fucked. No, I would have a rant, but because of the cleverness of this restaurant and them only using plastic material. Right. So I was out at dinner last night, and it was Korean all-you-can-eat barbecue, which I think is genius because I'm paying for dinner, but I have to do all the cooking. So I've decided not to cook at home, to go out to a restaurant, to then sit around at a table with a grill and cook my own meat. It's a very genius business model.
You know, I've been watching Top Gear again,
Yeah.
and all your ideas are exactly like how Jeremy Clarkson would present them.
Right. Anyway, so you got to get up. You got to get your own. And this place is great because they'll always have like it was 3 of us, but they'll only have like 1 cup, or they like won't have like all your utensils. Like it's a very you know, there's always something wrong, which is always great. But I'd got up. I've got my
Just left you in the lurch there.
I've got the plates. I've collected the plates. I'm walking over. I've got the special capsicum sauce.
Yeah.
That's really delicious. And then I walk over and I trip, like just right at the end when I'm putting everything down on the table, and I trip and it sort of crashes on the table and everything falls off. And because it was all plastic, none of it broke.
That's pretty good.
So I reverse rant.
So what you did was you decided to go to a restaurant that basically had children's cutlery and utensils.
Hang
And
on,
claiming
there
this
were
is a
chopsticks. There were chopsticks.
And you're claiming this is a success.
yes.
Are you sure it wasn't like a Korean daycare, maybe?
How big of a bib did you wear? That's the important thing.
And did you get to take a nap afterwards?
You probably did, though. That's
Well, I went home and slept, so yeah,
there you
I
go.
guess there would have been a nap. Yeah,
the best nap.
yeah, it was great. It was great. I'll take you to this Korean barbecue place,
Okay.
Turch.
Or did you wear your bib that my mum made you?
No, I didn't bring my bib.
Didn't bring that one with you.
Didn't bring the bib. Too warm in there.
Yeah, it would be because if you're cooking your own dinner.
Because there's all these tables where you're cooking your own dinner.
How do you deep fry there? Because the best thing about that is like the deep fried Korean chicken.
Well, they bring over the deep fry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if
Wow.
you want it, they will deep fry your chicken.
Did they check your license beforehand to see what the type of, I don't know about this yet. 18, maybe.
But I went. I don't get the deep fried because I went with a personal trainer when I finished
okay.
PT. He said, "Do you want to go for dinner?" I was like, "Yeah, I haven't planned anything." And because I'm eating with him, I was like, "I can't have carbs
Yeah.
because he'll kill me
Yeah.
next time I see him."
There you go.
Yeah,
What a story, Mark.
a reverse rant.
The reverse rant. It started off. It ended very calmly. Now, Teresa is from the Bad Poet Society, the best show if you want to look at the worst lyrics in the history of the world of songs. And I think she's brought something for us today. She's brought some terrible lyrics from a terrible song. Teresa, what do you have for us over there?
Well, guys, I know we've been having a really fun time and everything. And, with it being Women's History Month, I thought maybe we could actually be a little serious. Yeah. We have 6 more days left.
That's good. Well, look, I'm going to go through all the women's history that I know. Marie Curie ate radium. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
She learned not to do that.
She gone.
They got to learn how they got the vote before the Aboriginals did. I mean, that's pretty good too.
Yeah.
And apparently, more abortions happen than I ever thought would be a thing. So there you go. That's my women's history in a nutshell.
Add in applause sound effects now.
Thank you.
But no, I just thought I would bring some lyrics that, I thought they were really touching and really speak to, women's plight. And this song, it knocks it out of the park. And, I hope we all can kind of learn something from this. So the artist is a rapper named Ashniko. And she wrote a really touching song called Working Bitch. So if you'd like, I would like to present these lyrics to you and see if we can just change the world a little bit like she has.
Please.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. All right. I'm a working bitch. Ain't got no time for dick. You wish you could sway my attention. I'm working bitch. Ain't no time for dick. Sure as fuck can't sway my attention. That's the intro and the chorus. So as we continue on, verse 1, too tired to entertain little boys. I'm the boss of my business. I should invoice. And 1, strike. 2, I'm self-employed. Swear my blue vibrator brings me more joy. If you want to play second fiddle to my job, want to be side dick in a one-stop shop, let me know, huh? Let me know, huh? See, don't you guys just feel the empowerment that, she's a self-starter.
What multi-level marketing scam has she signed up to? Because that's all I ever see on Twitter and stuff like that, with women go, I own my own business. Like, my wife actually owns a business, and she never would put entrepreneur, CEO. She just goes,
I'm getting on with my fucking job.
Yeah. I run a business. But as soon as you put entrepreneur this now, I think multi-level marketing. How much Tupperware have you bought? How
much essential oils do you need?
That's right. I run a candle shop. It's really great. It's really great. You just need to buy 10 candles off me, and you sell it to 10 other friends, and then we all make money. I feel like I could sell things better because I could just pretend to be Alex Jones. Now, people, these candles cure cancer. It's got no fluoride.
No MSG.
Yankee candles are turning the frogs gay.
They've got the sweet scents. They're not good.
That pine's not real.
No artificial colors or flavors in our toothpaste.
I listening to your podcast, Teresa, I didn't realize how many songs suck without music.
It's gotten to the point to where I have to seek out just like instrumental music now, because listening to songs with lyrics, I think maybe I'm a little autistic because I hone in on that shit and I can't let it go. Once I pick up on something, it's just like, I have to look this up. And lo and behold, 90% of the songs, it's awful. It's terrible.
Can we go back to the line that she said that, her only friend is her vibrator? Was that the line? Something like that.
Blue vibrator.
Swear my blue vibrator brings me more joy. If you want to play second fiddle to my job. That.
Wow.
I shit you not. A little side story to this song and artist. I hate Ashniko with a passion. I have hate watched every single one of her videos. Every single one of her songs is, I'm such a tough bitch and I'm so independent, but I had my heart broken and I'm gonna sit and complain about it and try and convince everybody I just need a vibrator. Ooh, maybe I'm into pussy. And it's just like, I hate it. I hate it so fucking much.
I think she's white, yeah? I'm just having a look at the picture of her. Yeah, with like on Spotify, she's got white and blue hair and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
7 million monthly listeners.
Oh, that's only just more than us.
Yeah.
So what else is she... So she's trying to sell me this thing that she's independent, right? And, she's only got her vibrator as her only friend and her business is still number one. What else does Ashnika tell us about being a woman in this modern day and age?
Well, she adds on to it. This is the pre-chorus. Because I do well for myself, nothing you do is extraordinary. Taxing on my mental health and my last boyfriend was cautionary. And then it goes back into the chorus.
Is she actually a working girl, or is she just like Dolly Parton, who claims to work 9 till 5?
I
I think she's like Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's like an influencer, and they work so hard to, like an actor. Like, oh, woe is me! I only made $10 million from my 18 shows that we recorded in 3 months. So woe is me! So hard to do.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the woe is me. But like, I work so hard. I'm on the daily grind by taking Instagram photos.
Yeah,
That's what I'm feeling.
uh-huh.
But I might be wrong. But that, look, whatever empowers you the most. That's I gotta admit, none of it seems like, usually with raps you can sort of read it, and there's a bit of a cadence, there's a bit of a flow, there's a bit of a rhyming, there's some what's it called, like, you know, alliteration, and especially a rhyming scheme. As you're reading it, I'm trying to imagine this to a beat, and the only way I can really work it out is not a 4/4 beat or even a 6/8 beat. I'm thinking like more of a 15/16, really like King Crimson-y type of odd time signature that does like 13 beats in a bar. Like, it doesn't really, like, you know, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Like, it doesn't seem to fit in a meter.
She does like a lot of the speak rapping to where there is like a little bit of flow, but not much.
Doesn't feel right.
I don't know. I don't know
Well,
music, so, you know, I can't comment on these whole 13 beats to. I'm a person who sits in the car and is like, do 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 do.
Human music, I like it.
It's like pumped up kicks. 9 months, didn't know it was about suicide or like gunning people down. I was like, oh yeah, this is a good tune.
Well, if you guys really want to know what her job all entails, the next verse actually says what
I'm
it
very
is.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what I'm interested in hearing about women's jobs.
Well, this actually proves why we need equal pay.
Okay.
So, I love my day job. Fuck a blowjob. What's the point? It's all deja vu. They don't give me what I want. Money. Make some. Making money better than the dick. Pussy, Play-Doh, pussy like her pockets. Thick, now he looks stressed because he know that I don't need him. Mouth open, baby bird, I'm not gonna feed him. Yeah, I'm big, I'm boss. So there you go. Now you know what she does.
Wait, she's sucking dick?
No, she's not sucking dick. But that's what I got out.
It makes no sense.
That's very much.
Sorry, I'm just thinking Freud here. She's projecting what she.
I was going to say that what you've just done there is not Freud, not any analytical stuff from your years of being a doctor of psychology. What you heard there was male selective hearing. You said, "I'm into blowjobs," and you've just gone, "That's what she's talking about." Yeah. Here we go. I'm in. No, it sounds like she does work a 9 to 5. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, it makes no sense, and that's the last bit of information that you get as far as her career choice, what makes her a working bitch, what the hell was this song for? Who is it for?
This is for people who have never actually worked a 9. This is for like people who work still at university.
And they work 4 hours?
Yeah, they work like their 4 to 10 hours or something. They work 2 shifts at like a supermarket, and then they spend all that money on the weekend to go out. It's like, yeah, I work because I study and I work real hard. Now I'm going to party hard about. And it's like, no, you worked. Like, I work more than that in a day. You know? And, you know, you're making $8 an hour. Yeah. Or what's the minimum wage here? Like $20?
Oh, I don't know.
That's something stupid like that.
16?
Oh yeah, maybe
$16.
Something like that. Yeah, and I think that's the audience for this sort of thing. Like, she, from just a quick look at the picture, she looks about like that 18 to 21 age.
Mm-hmm.
I may be wrong, but she looks young, so she's aiming for that audience of people roughly her own age. But like in 10 years, again, I say this on Shitty Song of the Week. I say that here. I think I said it on your show.
10 years well. She'll be making multi-millions, and we'll still be doing this little podcast.
Yeah. Probably, but either that or she's going to be like a nobody, and she might have like a couple of tracks. And then they're going to call her up and go, hey, would you like to play this like crappy festival playing down the hall? And she's going to have to sing this song in front of like 30 people as like the 10th in line at a festival. And she's going to have to work it. I'm working, bitch. I'm a working.
Well, and the funny thing is, the only reason why she got famous or as big as she did, because she had like a small following, but she really broke through because she has a song called Stupid, which I'm waiting on that one. Like, I'm keeping that loaded gun in my pocket for a while. But it's because Miley Cyrus did a dance on TikTok and that exploded. And then everyone's like, oh, who did this song Stupid? Well, they looked it up, found her. And then all of a sudden she's like fucking everywhere. And I hate her. I hate her so much.
I'm very happy to say that TikTok really hasn't influenced Australian lives as much as it has in the US. Like,
be grateful.
I don't know, like, especially people our age. Like, no one's on TikTok. Do you know anyone on TikTok?
Yeah. But I also feel like we are now old. We have now missed TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, you know when Facebook came out?
Yeah.
And then there was old people.
Yeah.
Or older people.
But they're on it now.
Yeah. But, like...
My nonna's on Facebook.
Yeah, but they took forever to get there.
True.
And then they don't care about anything that's come after Facebook. They're just sort of stuck on Facebook.
But we're not. We don't do that.
We have missed TikTok,
Yeah.
and we will miss everything else that comes after TikTok.
But we didn't. Australians never really got into Twitter, and Twitter's been around for 10 years.
Yeah.
And Australia doesn't really use it. Like, we don't use it really, apart from the podcast. None of our friends
I
have it.
use it, but I don't post anything.
Yeah.
I just use it because it's a great source of entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snapchat apparently is still really big with the youth.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, my little cousin's still on Snapchat.
I know.
He's
My stepbrother was like, I was like, I'll send you a text. He's like, send me a Snapchat. And I was like, I'm sending you a fucking
a
text.
like a normal human. And then we saw, like, Facebook's still around, but no one uses it the way that they used to. It's just basically a messenger app.
Yeah.
And to post, like, when, post photos of yourself that you got fat or married or divorced.
It's the gram now.
And the Instagram I don't use at all because I'm like, I can't be bothered looking at pictures.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think we're in that... we're not getting that...
We
funnel.
could be the odd ones, Turch.
It's true.
Yeah, we could have this completely wrong.
Well... I don't know.
See, and that's the thing, like, in the States, like, everything is social media. Like, you have people in their 50s, 60s posting TikToks, like, everybody is on everything.
Really?
So I think...
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Like, my parents are not on anything. My nonna's only on Facebook to see photos of my little cousin.
Yeah.
Like, your parents are only on there to post, like, your dad posts you boomer memes.
Yeah.
and that's it. Like, we don't really post... There's not much social media really activity from Australia as a whole.
Yeah.
Whereas America, it seems like, 60-year-old people are dancing on TikTok.
No.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's more of a rarity if you have somebody that only has like 1 or 2 social media accounts, but it is like everybody's got Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Gab, like everything.
Gab?
Like, Gab, is Gab still around?
Yeah, Gab is still around. It's the conservative,
conservative
Twitter,
version of Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
where you can get away with making horrible
You
comments about a.
You can be real N-word happy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
And really J-word happy too. It gets woof.
Japanese?
Yeah, what's the J word?
J-O-O.
Oh, like Jewish, like the
Oh, right.
faith.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
that? What's wrong with that?
I don't want to get anybody canceled.
Oh, that. Look, excuse me, I've got an accounting degree and a huge nose, and I'm short and I've got tan. The only thing I'm missing is losing the top of my penis, and I could be Jewish.
We can arrange that.
Leave my hat alone. Oh, I'm amazed. This chick, what was her name again? I'm going to get it up here. I'll get it right.
Ashniko.
I hope she lasts forever. I hope she has a career forever doing absolute depravity across the board when it comes to music, and just continues to fuel your anger, hatred, and passion for terrible lyrics across the board. I think there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than having a villain for your podcast.
Oh, I know. Like, I could set up a special series just on every single one of her songs alone, because it follows that format to where it's like, oh, I don't need no man, but my heart's been broken and I'm so independent, but my heart was broken, but I don't need no man. Like, that's basically her format. And it's like, who are you trying to fool here? You're not fooling anybody.
We don't.
I don't know. I'd almost prefer the I'm heartbroken, I'm about to jump off a bridge song. Yeah.
Now you're back to country music.
Yeah. Well, country music played in reverse, it all works out.
It's true. Then you're just basically Western music. I'm amazed. Anna Nico, whatever the hell her name is, come on our show. I'll roast you just for 20, 30, 40 minutes. It'd be fantastic. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Amazing. I cannot wait to hear her on your show and go into that song Party. When that comes out, I'll know that you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for songs. I'll have to send you some.
Be like, Turch, help!
Just send us Shannon Knoll.
Yeah, I did bring it in. I brought in Drive by Shannon Knoll. I got a car. Sure, the song was written by Bryan Adams.
That hurt. I mean, even though he's not American, it's just like, Brian, how could you?
Nah, he's a hack. Absolute hack. I'm amazed he got as big as he did. But what are you going to do? Kieran, you got some news for us?
I do. Dorito bags will now have 5 fewer chips.
Oh, god damn it.
Thanks to inflation.
Oh, god damn it. What's the point of fucking living?
Gas prices are rising, chip numbers are falling. As a result of inflation, bags of Doritos will now include 5 fewer chips. It's called shrinkflation. And it's happening to our food.
That's what I call it too. When I go into a pool.
There you go. That's
5 less chips. So
yeah.
what's that, like 5? We'll say 5 grams. 5 grams of chips.
Yeah, something like that.
You know.
The 8% inflation is the highest seen in decades under President Joe Biden.
That's because every single country decided, how about we just like print more money? That'll save the economy. And instead of giving it to the people, like Kevin Rudd did, we'll just give it to all the big corporations, and then they don't have to pay us back. Good the policy across the board. Hey, we just give and not take. But if they want to give, but they're not. Like it's like Greece's idea of economy.
So it's coming. Shrinkflation, people, watch out.
It's already here.
Yeah,
I'm already losing like 5 less. Maybe this is like a secret way of getting people fit again.
They'll Tim Tams will be next.
Oh,
will be down
from 11 to 10.
10. Yeah, well, it used to be 12.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought
they snuck that one in.
I thought that they reduced the amount. Tim Tams are the greatest biscuit in the world. Sorry, Teresa, I don't care what you say. Tim Tams, I thought came with 11, and so you couldn't evenly distribute them between unless you had 11 people and they got 1 each. But if you have like 3 people.
Oh, they're fucking sneaky, aren't
yeah,
they?
So that way you sort of have to buy a second pack. That way you got 24, and 22's more. It's easier to distribute between certain amounts of people, but you're always left over until you get to like 44, 55. So you got to buy like 4 or 5 packs.
So I got to ask you guys, like, do you guys have the same problem with your chips over there? That the bags are 90% air and then you get a bunch of dust and crumbs on the bottom and that constitutes as chips?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. I didn't know if that was just like a US thing.
I think we're about 50% air.
Yeah, I think unless you get like a Red Rock Deli or or something that's super crunchy and thick, yeah, you're basically getting crumbs.
Yeah.
Shapes.
A lot of
Stick
air.
with shapes.
Shapes.
Australians have a baked breadish type snack. Like it's like a cracker. Jeez, God, we've got no culture here.
We are weird, aren't we? Yeah.
And it's a product called Shapes, and each different flavor comes in a different shape. God damn, it's so stupid. And then all different flavors from barbecue to pizza to chicken crimpies. God, why does this get stupider and stupider? It's like trying to explain AFL.
So are they basically kind of like Pringles?
No, they're not made from potato.
Oh, okay,
They're not made from potato. They're made from, I'm pretty sure, made from wheat.
Okay.
They're
They put it in the biscuit aisle.
Yeah.
But they're like a,
they're more like a chip.
yeah, but they're like a cracker.
Yeah, they're
Like a cracker. And
Okay.
they're like really sturdy. But the best bit about that,
I thought the pizza shapes and the barbecue shapes were the same size.
no,
Same
they're
shape.
different. No, one's a hexagon and one is like that, like a different shaped hexagon.
Fuck, I've never paid attention to that.
And then on the box itself, it has the shape of the shape on the box.
Yeah, but I go for green or purple
That's
or
true.
like yellow.
Yeah.
See, you know how I don't listen to music lyrics? It's the same with like, I'm just like,
Kieran can't actually read. That's the important thing I've learned. And the best bit about the barbecue shapes anyway is at the bottom of the bag, there's an excess of flavor. Like it's all this delicious, just the flavoring. And the best bit is doing the, like, tap the bag in your mouth and it's got this, it's too much flavor that it burns your tongue.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Or did you have, I don't think they have Sam Boys. Was that a product line in America at all? It was a type of chips.
Ooh, that doesn't sound familiar.
I think it was Australian only because that's why
Well,
they
I
went out
thought
of.
Sandboys were the ice cream things.
No, they're Sunny Boys.
Sunny Boys.
They're discontinued.
Yeah.
But Sam Boys were this chip company. I think it was Australian. I think it was owned by Arnott's,
Uh-huh.
right? And do you remember this? They had like salt and vinegar chicken, but in the pack itself, they would have like, if you wanted more flavor, it came in a little pack in the chips, and you could pour it on.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
So if you really like,
So basically it was like ramen?
yeah, but the chips like you buy a pack of salt and vinegar chips, and if they're not salty or vinegary enough, you could open up the little pack and pour it in there, shake it around, and they would become over and abundant of flavor to the point, especially the salt and vinegar ones, that you put one in your mouth and go, wow, that's destroyed all my taste buds for the rest of the week.
That's actually brilliant. I wish we did have something like that here.
What I don't understand, and I think USA would definitely have this, is the bag of chips that have two types of chips in the same bag. I've seen that before.
Ah.
What?
It's a bag of chips and might have like light and tangy and sour
Oh,
but it's in the same bag.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the mix and match
Like
type
a mix
shit.
and match sort of stuff. Yeah, and I'm like, no, it just now it just tastes like one thing.
If you come to Australia, Teresa, we'll take you to the supermarket where we can explore all of our weird and crazy
Okay, we have Milo now. Which is
Lamingtons,
Lamingtons, fairy bread, a Bunning snag.
Bunning snag, yep.
Yeah, I think that's probably the highest level of Australian culture right there.
I think so. You don't even know what a Bunnings is. So a Bunnings
No.
It's a hardware store.
It's a hardware store. It's fuck. I don't even know what your hardware stores are called over there. Denny's.
We had the biggest one is probably like Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah, you go.
Home Depot. Yeah.
Equivalent to that, and at the front,
Okay.
they see it's not even run by Bunnings, which is it's run by like charities or Rotary clubs or RSLs.
Yeah.
Or just like a charity sort of thing, where they'll at the front of this hardware store on a weekend, they'll put on a
Barbecue.
barbecue, what we call the sausage sizzle. And you can buy at the front of this hardware store a sausage with
bread
in
and
bread
sauce and onion.
and onion, and that
The onion has to be at the bottom. That is in the Bunnings bylaws now.
that's right,
Yeah.
because people have been slipping on onion. But that is one of those Australian culture things that is just brings people together. Everyone can understand a Bunning snag. What the fuck?
So
is
is it like is it like a promo thing, or is it just something they just
no? Every
do?
Saturday, every single Bunnings in every single part of.
Just imagine every single Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever it is on the weekend doing a sausage sizzle.
Yeah, that's it.
And you
That's
go there.
just so weird to me.
And you
Like,
just-
it's not to promo like a new grill or like
No,
a
no,
sale.
no, no.
It's
No,
just
no, no.
because, like,
No,
hey,
it's-
here's some food.
It's for like a charity.
It's like
Oh, okay.
So like these Rotary clubs or like
the local sports
a local
club.
sports club will put on these bars,
Mm.
and so they'll
Okay.
put things up and they take all the money, like they deal with themselves. But Bunnings just goes, yeah, you can do that.
But it's this tradition of like, oh, I'm going to Bunnings. Oh, it's the weekend. Oh, it's lunch. It's going to be a sausage and sizzle.
Really
And you can get a can
Can of Coke.
of Coke.
Yep.
Yep.
I wonder if inflation's hit
That's
them
actually
yet.
really fucking cool, though.
It's great. It's
No, and then you walk around like, I don't know. I'm always content when I'm in Bunnings then
Yeah,
because
you-
I'm like, oh man, I've got this hot dog. I'm honk, honk.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh fuck, I can't remember what I'm here for, but I'm going to go back out the front and get another,
Another
another.
A hot dog. In fact, that's how we met, Kieran. You're getting multiple snacks at one time.
This is how we met.
I sort of got two news stories here. I'm going to go with the woman one about the woman because apparently it is Women's Month.
Yeah.
Keejanki Brown, Keetanji Brown Jackson has already made the Supreme Court history. Apparently, she is this black woman. She's just joined the Supreme Court over there in the US. She's a Harvard ex-Harvard person, like went to Harvard, and all that sort of stuff. She's very exciting. And she's joined the Supreme Court. Miss Brown has joined the Supreme Court, and she was requested to Miss Blackburn, because Leah Thomas is a big thing over there.
Yeah, she quote unquote is the new first place winner of some college
That's right.
swim team. Yeah,
she
and
utterly destroyed all the women over there in the swim race. Right, this trans woman. who's
it's not a lady.
Okay, interesting. Because one.
Hang on. What the fuck is wrong with America?
Discuss. You have to be a bit more specific with Teresa over there.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, continue, please. Turch.
All right, so the big thing there, Leah Thomas, one of these things. Miss Jackson has just gone into the Supreme Court. She's very exciting. She's second black justice to be on the court, all that sort of stuff. She was recently asked by another person in the court there because they brought up the Leah Thomas thing. And so, can you provide a definition for the word woman? Right? And she said, sorry, I can't do that because I'm not a biologist. That was her real answer. Now,
and she is serving on the highest
Yeah.
court in our country.
highest court in the country, she can't even define, because she's not a biologist, she can't define what a woman is. Now, look, I'm not a mathematician, but I'm going to let you know, 2 + 2 is 4.
Except when a value of 2 is much higher than 2. Then it could equal 5.
That's...
Well, that's me being a physicist.
You know what? It just baffles
Because
me.
2.9 is still 2, right?
No, it's not. It's 2.9.
Yeah, but it could be. It could be.
You know what?
That's what I mean.
That's the same as going, I'll give you 2 biscuits, but I'm going to have 2.9 biscuits. You're going to get that. You've got more biscuits than me.
There are 10,
suddenly some gears are turning.
there are 10 Tim Tams which can be divided equally.
Equally, yeah, that's right.
But
Well,
I'll
I
take
have
the extra one.
to make it so. Exactly. So the fact that she can't define what a woman is in Women's Month, Women's History Month, is just baffling to me, and especially to be at the highest level of a Supreme Court.
Yeah, those Senate hearings are all about, one side bashes the other.
Well, that's fine,
and-
but she goes, I can't, look, I'm not going to describe it here, I don't think it's the rightful place, is that much better answer than going, I can't because I'm not a biologist. That's what gets me. That's what gets
Well,
me. 'cause-
and the thing, like, I don't know how your guys' debates and everything go in Australia, but it's like, she's pandering.
Yeah.
That's the only reason, is because she wants to get elected in so bad that I'm sure she probably could explain what a woman is, but she doesn't want to get canceled, because if she gets called out on the carpet, then that means she loses her spot.
Yeah.
And that's how, and here it doesn't matter if you're a Democrat. Republican, conservative, liberal, what have you, that everybody fucking panders to everything. And that's all it is. And I think that's why 90% of this has turned into such a sideshow, that all this weird stuff is now suddenly important, because they don't want to lose either the election, they don't want to lose their position, to where it is like, oh yeah, like, oh, there's 37 different genders. Sure. Please vote for me. Like, that's basically what it is. Or, please don't cancel me. I don't want to lose. It's retarded. It is so...
That's why when I run for council...
I'm not going to get into that gender thing.
The three things that I'll be focusing on.
Traffic lights.
The bins.
And getting my money for the beaches back.
Yeah.
Very, very simple. Look, hot take. I'm actually... One of the things for me, Leah Thomas, is that she's the male to female trans woman now, who has been winning all these races.
Sorry, shut up for a second.
I was going to go into a good bit. I'm sorry, you go ahead.
No, you can have
This is a double hot take.
You can have a good bit in a second.
It's burning.
I just don't think... we have never worried about being cancelled.
No.
And I don't think we really worry about cancel culture in Australia
Nah.
either. It seems to be a very American thing.
You know what? Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
he's Australian.
Yeah.
How many times has he been cancelled?
I don't know.
Always comes back.
Yeah.
Stronger and better than ever.
But we've almost got the thing. I'm thinking of the tennis player. Who's that?
Male or female one?
Male.
Oh,
just one, the doubles.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember his name, though.
Yeah, but everyone hated him a couple of years ago because he was a little shit.
Yeah.
Now he's less of a little shit and we love him.
Well, that's because he wins.
Yeah. Well,
See? You could be a shit people. It's like, look, Elvis definitely had sex with underage women. Right? But good tunes.
Yeah.
Cancels it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Cosby, not as funny as we thought.
Right.
Rapist.
Yeah, okay.
Very simple thing. Look, Leah Thomas, I had a bit of a think about this, right? Leah Thomas is coming in and dominating women's sport, right? And I used to be like, you know what, trans women shouldn't be part of women's sport. It's not their place. It's not like, we always take over. Like, I always thought that trans rights, it just means more men's rights, right? And I was for that because I thought it was funny. But now I'm looking like, no. We've got to let these trans women in because they, for all intents and purposes, they are women. And I had to think to myself, what do I care less about? Trans women or women's sports? And I care less about women's sports than trans people. So if trans people are going to get in there and ruin women's sports, that solves two problems for me.
That is brilliant logic. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well done on that thinking.
Thank
that
you.
was great.
You just gotta let them do it. Just let them go in. Yeah, sure. You've got an 8-inch penis. Get in there. Go wrestling. But it's either that or we're gonna go the 180. As soon as a competitive winning like gold medalist or championship female to male trans person goes into a male sport and wins, that's when the women trans people can join.
I would die if a female to male athlete comes in and also gets the major sponsorship deals.
Yes. See, as soon as that happens, that's when the male to female can come and do their job, do the sport. I think that's fair. It's either everything goes away and it's not a problem anymore, or no, it's like no, you can't until we have equal parity, between the trans male athletes and the trans female athletes. That's playing into their game of like it's got to be equal, but now we've got to push up the trans male athletes, but they've got to compete with the men, because obviously the trans women one can compete, not like compete, dominate. Because they're an extra foot taller, they've had.
It's like a Socceroos, Australian soccer team. The men fly business class, to the Olympics, and the females fly economy.
Well, maybe if they got some trans women in there, they might win. See,
and that's the thing. Like for American football, like you will never see female to male play, say, linebacker for
No.
the Buffalo Bills, or, you know, be first baseman for whatever. Like, you just don't see it. And it's actually kind of interesting as far as like why you aren't seeing more encouragement for female to male to join professional male teams. Or is it because of the fact that they know that they will get their fucking asses rocked if they go onto the field by genetic men? Like,
I think it's the other way around, because trans, like, male to female, female to male, can now go into the business world and earn more money. Because there's more male CEOs. That mean, look at Alan Page, who turned into whatever his name Page is now. You know, like Alan Page, like the actress, she was in Juno and stuff. And now
Elliot Page.
And
yeah,
now it's
that's what
Elliot
she's
Page.
going by.
And now he's getting so many roles because he's such a desirable 4'11" male. I mean, success across the board. Very, very exciting. Have you got any news, Teresa, for us?
I do. I actually have a little bit of local news
Here
for
we
you
go.
guys.
Good. Bit of North
Because-
Dakotan. Is it Dakotan?
Well, we're called North Dakotans,
Dakotan.
but it's, yeah.
Are the bins being
Um,
fixed?
Kieran can fix up North Dakota and Williams and Laverton.
Well, see, like we try to be really low key, you know. Most of our news is national news, or, you know, from our neighboring states. So usually when something hits our local news, it's big. So I saw this a couple days ago, and it's like, okay, I understand. So the headline is Fargo Billiards debuts new Rush themed pinball machine.
Whoa! Oh.
I mean,
Big news.
I like Rush as much as the next man, but like that is so devoid of Rush.
Well, see, you'll find out why this is so important. That people gather at Fargo Billiards for a pinball tournament that features the release of a new Rush-themed pinball machine. People gather at Fargo Billiards for a pinball tournament that features... Oh, shit, I read that twice. Whoopsies.
I'm leaving it in.
Oh, wait, no, they did leave that in. Oh, my God. Wow, okay. The new machine features music and actual voices of the band that players can experience while playing on the machine. The tournament features a couple pinball state champions competing, as well as other longtime players. This is the launch tournament, and we've had a great crowd come out today and try to figure out the game. Turnout has been great. We've been having a lot of fun, even with the amazing weather. It's been a wonderful turnout with ages ranging from 17 on up. He says, the owner says they will have a tournament every time a new machine debuts. So...
What?
Is this actually a journalist going out and doing that, or have they just paid for that news article?
Yeah. It's like one of those paid ad sponsor things.
It literally could go either way. Like...
It's like in a current affair story.
Like, honestly, our news around here, because, I mean, we have been having some really wackadoo, like, we've got some high-profile, like, murder cases and drug cases. So it's either...
Fargo! Yeah.
It's a Fargo crime syndicate. But, so it's either a baby was murdered, or... Hey, we have a new Rush pinball machine. Come check it out.
I mean,
like, it's so...
If I was to get a pinball machine, it'd be the Rush one or the Kiss one. Like, let's face it. Like, you'd want some good tunes while you're playing. But, god damn it, that's like... I want to know how many people rock up to like, because North Dakota has, what, 3,000 or 4,000 people in the whole state? Something like that?
I think the population now is like 850,000 people.
I think Reservoir has more people than that. And how many does just Fargo have? Like, because you said like basically like a third of that, or like half of that, right?
I think we're at like 170,000.
Okay, 170,000 people. You have to say, so they said ages between 17 and up.
Yeah.
So you've got to get rid of about 40%. So you're down to 60,000 people.
Yeah.
And then you've got to go people that are into pinball and people that are into Rush, which I'm guessing if you're going to go a Venn diagram, probably 100% overlap. But how many people of a 60, 100, even we'll say, we'll give them all 100,000 people population, what is the percentage that actually wants to join a pinball competition? I would have to say...
I mean, if there was a pinball competition, I would join, regardless of whether it was Rush or not. You know?
I want you to... No,
but see, we do have the benefit, like, if they hold these tournaments in the wintertime because people are so desperate to get out and do something, just because, like, we're insane around here. Life does not stop. Like, if it's 60 below zero with the wind chill, life goes on.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So people are just desperate to find somewhere warm and entertaining. So if they're holding a pinball competition with a new Rush machine, of course that place is going to be hopping.
Well, it's almost the equivalent
We're
of being
sad
in Darwin,
people here.
Darwin, where we've got, like, they race the frogs.
Yeah, but, like... yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? There's nothing else to do in Darwin. Oh, like, hey, I'll come to you, Turch. Let's go watch or join a frog racing competition. You'd be like, yeah, sure.
But see, this is the difference, right? A pinball competition in North Dakota might just be about the pinball, right?
Mm-hmm.
A frog racing competition in Darwin is about drinking beer.
Oh, no. On the contrary, like, everything around here involves
that's right, high alcohol
booze.
content. High blood.
Yes. So, yes,
True.
I can guarantee that there's a lot of drinking going on.
I still think Australia and Americans drink differently. I'm sure, Teresa, you've played your fair share of drinking games in the US.
Oh, yes.
Okay, see, we only have one drinking game here in Australia, and that's called Drink As Much As You Possibly Can. Do we have any other games?
No,
I can't
not
even
really.
think of one. It's just like...
Maybe we might play beer pong once a year.
Yeah, they're just at New Year's.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, let's do this because we don't want to get too drunk too quickly.
And then we probably play it wrong because we sort of pour, like, spirits. Well, I pour spirits in.
Yeah.
And then I go, oh, I'm getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I need to
That's
actually
true.
stop right now.
That's true. Last time we played beer pong was at New Year's, and we poured spirits into all the cups.
Oh, God.
Rather than probably the way I'm guessing it should be played as light beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, half cups of
Yeah.
of light beer, which was, you can drink a lot, but we start off the night pretty well.
Yeah.
I've only got one more news article here, and I just want to see if anyone agrees with me here. The article is called "Why We Must Record." Why I'm going to get very COVID. I'm going to get the COVID banner on our podcast.
Excellent. We're going to get COVIDed.
COVID again. Why we must record why Australians got vaccinated. So this person, right, has written this article and said, that what were the reasons why individual Australians decided to get the COVID shot? Of course, there would be a myriad of reasons why people got vaccinated, but and why they've got many of the shots. We need to know, because we need to scrutinize that data just as much as we need to scrutinize how many people actually got it. So this person needed to do a survey, and it's not per capita.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it may not be 100%, what's the word?
Reliable,
representative.
Yeah.
Representative. So apparently representation is 10,000 people, according to Mr. Science over here. But they did about 5,000 people. Sorry, about 3,500 people were surveyed in this very quick survey. And they found that the principal reason, the most frequent reason for people to get the vaccine was to keep their job, which was 60%, and nearly 3/4, so 75% in this survey, felt extreme pressure to get the vaccine. And the second most reason was it allowed me to go into my workplace. So if you add up all the numbers here, like 70% of the people who got the vaccine didn't do it for health reasons. They only did it just to keep their job. And if that isn't more telling than anything else about this whole vaccination thing, because we had a mandate here, we had to get to 90% of our population to be double vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't show the absolute disparity of the policy and what people actually wanted, it sounded like people just wanted to go to work and be left alone and take a couple of days off on sick leave when they were sick.
Coming up in the next election? Turch runs for politics.
It's a flat tax of 40%, and that's it. Very simple. Leave
Oh, I mean,
me
I'm not
alone.
going to lie. I'm going to be corrupt.
All drugs are legal.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in it for the lunches and the dinners and the corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you, a mob boss? I'm out of news. I'm out of rants.
I've got one more. One more.
Teresa, do you have one more as well, or that's all you got?
No, I don't. I actually
Alright.
just had that
Wrap
one.
us up, Kieran. Wrap us up, Kieran.
All right.
I know it'll be quick.
Paralyzed man communicates first words in months
Amazing.
using brain implant.
Oh, that's cool.
I want beer. A paralyzed man who was left unable to communicate for months after losing the ability to even move his eyes has used a brain implant to ask his caregivers for beer,
Amazing.
composing sentences at a rate of just 1 character per minute. The man also asked to listen to the band Tool loud.
Awesome.
There you go. How good's that?
That's amazing. Both of those things I can absolutely see in Australia as a man doing. Beer, Tool loud. Great.
You know, if you're ever in hospital for a long period of time, Turch,
Yeah.
I would be bringing in the wine, the alcohol,
Yeah.
no flowers.
Nah,
I think they're a waste. Maybe the helium balloon, some stroke mags. You know, I would have
Stroke
you.
mags!
I would have you covered.
In stroke max.
Yeah.
I'm very proud
So
of that, man.
was he still in a coma then, or was he awake?
Well, he was now like awake but paralyzed.
But the brain chip helped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
believe that worked more just because of what he said than Helen Keller.
Hmm?
You know Helen Keller? When I just talked about her and I said she was a phony. 'Cause
Oh,
she was
right.
blind, deaf and dumb and all that sort of stuff.
I'm paying attention. I'm
so
paying
good.
attention.
You know what? Teresa should be my co-host because she actually listens to the show and understands my jokes from months ago. You know. Yeah, I believe
I'm
that
not
one
gonna
there.
lie. After that episode, that kind of made me think about a lot of things. I'm like, oh my god, was she a fucking fraud? And so like I went down this little rabbit hole, and it's like, oh my god, like things are just putting the.
I'm still 50-50 on it, to be perfectly honest. But I believe that man
Yeah.
spoke those words.
I believe he spoke those words
Yeah.
too. Yes.
Then what Helen Keller was talking about.
Yeah.
Things that she had no tangible understanding. Like she couldn't feel desperation, but she could feel water, I guess. This man knew what beer was, and he knew the band Tool.
Look, it's not that hard. You just probably have to look at the guy and go, yeah, he's probably a beer drinker.
He's a man. And Tool,
Well, because I just figure, like, if he's able, like, if he can actually, like, use his mouth, then just get him a straw and, you know, let
true.
him go to town and
Yeah, but he
get
had to ask
hammered
for
in
it
the
first.
hospital.
Don't worry, Turch, you're over in hospital.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
Stroke
saying
max.
he's a vegan, vegetarian, you know,
Thank God my wife will be talking for me.
doesn't eat meat.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd have a lot of fun with you.
fantastic. Well, Teresa, thank you so much for coming on the show today, being the voice of reason between the two of us.
Wow, that's the first time I've ever been called that.
Please tell us where we can find your show.
All right. Well, yeah, if you have any song suggestions as far as shitty lyrics, or if you want to leave me some non-constructive criticism, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at BadPoetsPod. I will be making my comeback in April. That first, going to be recording with Jody B,
Hey.
and then we're going to be doing our sideshow, Kids Watch Garbage. So keep a lookout for those shows coming in April.
The Kids Watch Garbage one's great. 'Cause
Excellent.
There's Teresa and a bunch of other parents talk about the crappy TV shows kids watch. Absolutely amazing. I think we only get to see a part of it here in Australia because, you know, everyone's here just into Bluey.
Yeah.
But in America, they've got a
But
lot of other
Bluey's
crap.
the best.
Well, you know, that's what I mean. We're all right here. Our kids aren't going to turn out too dumb. You know, as long as it's not Coco Melon, that's the only one I'll never understand.
All right, I look forward to watching that one.
Yeah.
Kids watch garbage.
It's a good one there. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, for all your wanking needs, Kieran will get you a stroke mag if you're in hospital, but otherwise you can follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and if you'd like to send us some hate mail, a death threat, or rants, you can email us at weonlydoonetakePodcast@gmail.com. Teresa, thank you so much once again for
Yes,
coming on
thank
the
you
show.
for having me. It was fun. Thank you.
And Kieran, always good to have you in the studio.
And we will see you next Thursday.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.